think you'd be able to.
I know.
You can sympathize.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to be
No, this is your stuff.
Okay, awesome.
This is pared down, obviously. But, like, yeah, no. Oh, of course. Mike's gonna, we're gonna put Well, I certainly hope everyone had a nice little break, intermission, continuing to share your stories about these two extraordinary women. Welcome back for Act 2, Lucinda Kidder, educator, director, creator of community. Wendy and I also had the pleasure of getting to know Cindy when she lived out in Seattle, and getting to understand the dynamic between the sisters and get to know the Wilkins clan during that whole process. So to begin things, I'd like to invite Emily Clark Walton, Lucinda's daughter, to share a few things.
Thank you so much, Andy, and thank you all so much for being here. It means so much to all of us to see such beautiful faces gathered to remember two wonderful women. And now we're going to focus on my mom, Lucinda Kidder. And I'm going to read the poem, The Piece of Wild Things by Wendell Berry. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and what my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. I'm going to share my mom's obituary, which was graciously written by my brother Charlie, and I'm so grateful to you for that, because it's a daunting task. It really was. Lucinda Cindy Kidder passed away. We'll let the boat pass away as well. Lucinda Cindy Kidder passed away on November 2nd, 2024, at her home in Bothell, Washington, after a years-long struggle with colon cancer. She was surrounded by family and in her favorite heirloom four-poster bed, the bed I was born in. Lucinda was born on October 8th, 1944 in Troy, New York, to Wilbur Elwin and Martha Leland Clark Kidder. She graduated from Northfield School for Girls in 1962 and went on to attend Swarthmore College. While there, she became very active in Students for a Democratic Society, SDS, and the Civil Rights Movement. She traveled around the segregated South with the Freedom Riders, attended the March on Washington, and participated in many protests. She was also active in the anti-war movement. She received her bachelor's degree in psychology in 1966. After graduation, she traveled extensively abroad, including a few years teaching English and living in India with her siblings. That experience helped to expand her worldview even more. Lucinda received her first master's in theater education from Emerson College in 1970 and subsequently founded the Charles Playhouse Children's Theater, taught classes for the Charlestown Children's Theater, and became business manager of the Strolling Players. Over the years, she started or joined many different theater groups, including the Buckminster Players, the Framingham Civic League Theater, the Renaissance Center Theater Company, the Youth and Shakespeare Program, the Lower East Side Tenement Museum Theater, and the Hampshire Shakespeare Company, amongst others. Her passion for directing blossomed into countless theatrical and musical productions in Massachusetts, California, New York City, and Bangalore, India. Lucinda went on to further her education with an MFA in theater directing with an emphasis on Shakespearean studies in 2002, and completed classwork toward a doctorate in Renaissance drama in 2010 from UMass Amherst. In 2014, she co-founded Silverthorne Professional Theater Company in Greenfield, Massachusetts, which she was particularly proud of. Many professional productions are staged yearly at Hawks and Reed Performing Arts Center. Silverthorne is Cindy's legacy and continues to bring thought-provoking and diverse plays, mostly written by minority, disenfranchised, and unheard playwrights. Giving a voice to those who are oppressed is something she felt passionately about her whole life. Her final act of community generosity was to open the LAVA, which stands for Local Access to Valley Arts Center in Greenfield, Massachusetts. It lives on as a new arts incubator, a black box theater, and a community space. Lucinda is survived by 3 children, Benjamin Wilkins, Charles Wilkins, and Emily Wilkins Clark-Walton. 5 grandchildren, Quentin Quinn Clark, Cole Walton, Alex Clark, Owen Wilkins, and Spencer Wilkins. Her brothers, David Kidder and Robert Kidder. Her sister, well, this hasn't been updated. Her sister Janet Kidder, passed 2 months later, as well as many cousins, nieces, nephews, and other family members, plus countless friends who were impacted by her loving and generous spirit. I put this on my phone, and I'm hopefully going to be able to read it. Here we stand by the Connecticut River, a silver thread running through my mother's life. From her formative years, just up the road at the Northfield School for Girls in the late 50s and early 60s, to her return as Director of Alumni Relations at Northfield Mount Hermon School in 1994. This valley has served as fertile soil for her personal and professional growth for the better part of 30 years. Much like the river itself, my mother was always moving forward, looking to the future, planning her next project, rarely dwelling on those she had successfully completed. Her infectious energy and enthusiasm, her combination of vision and execution drew people to her and helped her create communities of talented individuals to bring her projects to life. One of the things I admired most about my mom was her unbridled curiosity. She was constantly reading, learning, asking questions, and seeking answers, which inevitably led to more questions. She was genuinely interested in the people and things around her. I think this is what allowed her to draw unexpected connections and pull together smaller details to form a bigger picture. It also made her very accepting of all people and spurred her desire to promote social justice and to champion less heard voices, most often through theater productions. Theater was my mom's true passion and a part of virtually every season of her life, whether founding new theater companies, mounting productions of all sizes from Shakespeare to Shaw, teaching theater craft to children, teens, and adults, or attending performances as an enthusiastic audience member. My mom was always happiest near a stage. Her crowning achievement was the formation of Silverthorne Theater Company, a professional company here in the Valley dedicated to producing engaging and thought-provoking theater to break down barriers and promote deep and powerful conversations. I know she and co-founder David Rowland are delighted that their legacy lives on in the incredible work that Silverthorne continues to produce. We have many Silverthorne members with us. Thank you all for coming. Above all, my mother loved her children, her grandchildren, her siblings and extended family, nature, and all living things. Wherever she moved, she always cultivated an abundant garden, or at the very least, a plethora of houseplants. There are a few periods in her life when she did not have a cat or two. Her happiest place of all was our family lake house, Spring Lake. Gatherings of 20, 30 or more family members filled her heart with love and her belly with food and laughter. My mom's passing has left a huge hole in our hearts, but I hope you will join me in honoring her by living as she did, embodying curiosity, seeking truth and knowledge, showering kindness and compassion on those around us and on our precious earth, stretching ourselves to grow in new ways, looking to the future while learning from the past, leaving the world a better place than we found it.
She at Northfield, Mount Hermon School, class of 1962. No, she was at Northfield School for Girls, and I was at Mount Hermon School for Boys. And we really didn't know each other back then. But back in the early 1980s, I started coming to reunions, and we both got very involved on the reunion committees for the classes of 1962. And we really established a strong bond and friendship over the years. I stayed at, I don't know how many of the different houses that I stayed at different times. She would come and pick me up at Bradley. I visited with her out in Seattle, and we did some hiking out in Seattle. We did some hiking around here, and I actually met Janet in Seattle when I did that visit. And 10 years ago, myself, Janet, Cindy, and Cecil Dela Cruz, who works at Northfield Mount Hermon, we all climbed Mount Monadnock. Made it all the way to the top. And one thing I remember Cindy doing, you were talking about traveling around the country. There was one time, I don't remember exactly when it was, but she got in her car and she went around the country visiting with her classmates and supporting the school and the class in that way. And over the years, we would talk on the phone a lot and keep up with how you doing, what's going on, etc. And when I'd stay with her, we'd have long conversations over tea and that type of thing. And it was just a solid friendship. And I knew I had to be here today. I came from Texas, but I had to be here today. And I have to say, I cried when I heard she died. So I really did. It was hard. We love you, Cindy, and God bless.
Thank you. And anyone who knows the Northfield benediction, Emily will lead us in the Northfield benediction. And then to close, following that, I will read the epilogue from David Rowland's After the Island.